Welcome to our first micro chat of 2023. So, let me start with, are you feeling stuck in your life, or perhaps you've felt that way some other time in your life? Our guest today is the first in our series. She's a psychotherapist, she's a best selling author, and her name is Britt Frank. Now, she's an award winning adjunct professor. She's worked in the drug and alcohol field. She's worked at a children's psychiatric hospital, and now she's in private practice. And she has put together a book that is truly a roadmap for moving through procrastination, stagnation, just being stuck.
And again, all of the tools that we use, medication, psychology, therapy, all of the different modalities, yes, of course, based on your particular genetic makeup and your environment and your access to resources, those choice points are going to be different. But addiction is functional. Addiction is, again, it's not a moral issue. We're taking all of the moral judgments off and going, what is the function of this person's addiction? For some people, it's the only way that they have learned to cope with life. The very first thing I did when I started healing my addiction, and the very first thing I have my clients do, is not, oh my God, I hate this part of me. It's, let's start by thanking that part of you. We're not saying it's good. We're not co-signing on the behavior. We are saying the function of addiction is survival. And if you're having this conversation, that means it worked. It's not good, and you probably have a lot of cleanup to do. I did. But the function of addiction is survival and pain management. And until we can find better strategies to get those things tended to, addiction will always be necessary. Again, not good, but necessary and functional. So what we want to do is empower people to understand, what is this addiction doing? Is it helping me avoid something that I need to do or look at? Is it helping me cope with something that's happening to me? For some people who have no access to resources, no safety, no infrastructure of support and connection, again, I'm not saying it's good, but addiction was the only option that they had. So rather than shaming ourselves, which again, biochemically, shame produces cortisol, which kicks us into fight, flight, freeze, which perpetuates the cycle, let's start by honoring the function of addiction, and then we can address the impact of it, clean up our messes, take accountability and ownership. But if we don't identify function, we're not going to get to sustainable solutions. That's a lot of white knuckling, and for some people it works, but I don't think of that as true embodiment. And joy and resilience comes from knowing all of the parts of ourselves have value, even the ones that do bad things.